No matter how many times I do that, it just brings up so much for me. You know, like what Vicky was trying to convey is just like music is super powerful, and because it breaks down barriers, I think. You know, and no matter what you're suffering from, if it's addiction, you know, if it's, I don't care if it's shopping, I don't care if it's like you're on your iPhone too much or having a problem with relationships. And that was like, relationships is probably my first, it's like 1A and 1B as far as dysfunction and instability in my life. And I wrote this song when I got out of jail, Mother's Day weekend in 2008. It was a good time, and I ended up in my first detox, and my girlfriend had kicked me out of the house. I was living out of my car, and I wrote this song. So it's called Pictures on the Wall. It's a super uplifting song. I hope you like it. Turning empty frames, empty liquor bottles, filling hollows, driving me insane. I ain't felt no pain like this before. We were the best of friends. Guess the drama just cut up with us, solidified the end of our relationship. I hate this shit. I'm never really happy. The way you're living now, you might as well be laughing at me. Stab me in the heart repeatedly, like you never needed. But my actions are responsible for emotional thievery. Held in secrecy, someone's telling me to leave it be. I can't really do it, cause my conscience keeps on eating me. A mess of wreckage day and night, ponder how to make it right. Wander through a world of drugs and alcohol. It helps to fight, these demons are surrounding me. My past, it keeps on drowning me. I feel like such a piece of trash and everyone looks down on me. What you ever found in me, it no longer exists. Cause the hole within my soul is impossible to fix like this. And then when I recorded this song and then I put it out, it ended up being my most popular song. And I was like, wow, people really like hearing about how miserable I am. So like I wrote a bunch more songs like before I got into my addiction. And but today I'm trying to use them as a tool to help me and other people. So things been crazy since you're gone. I got arrested, checked in detox, I lost my sanity, but my pen is my release. Watch me fall into a pool of alcohol. Sometimes I wonder if you ever really love me at all. Waiting for a call, my mental knows it never will come. But emotionally I'm hanging on the bridge by my thumbs, begging you to come and save me, cause I'm scaring myself. When all my friends are telling me to just take care of myself, but they don't know the things we've been through, all these tears, the pain. How I walk around these crowds like I'm stuck in the rain. The message sent to me was loud, so I'm refusing to change. And every time I talk to girls, they end up thinking I'm strange. I guess that love is blind, that's why I always fall on my face. I miss the way you laugh and touch, especially how you taste. I wish to God I could go home and I ain't talking your place, because my home was in your heart where I'm forever erased. So this is kind of like where my journey began. And so I got out of that detox and I learned two things at that detox. I was 30 years old. First detox I ever been to, knew nothing about AA, nothing about treatment. Really nothing about the fact that I was addicted to Oxycontins and cocaine and beer and alcohol. And I just knew that like I got beat up by the police really bad, and I was really sick, and I was really hungover, and I just wanted it all to stop, you know. So I went to this detox, and I remember two things. I remember hearing the Serenity Prayer and like an AA group coming in to talk to us, and I remember a kid from Quincy telling me that heroin was a lot cheaper than OCs, and literally those are the two things I remember. So before I engage you with another gem, I left that place, and like I'd been sober for a week, you know, and that was probably the first time in 12 years that I had been removed from a drink or a drug for that amount of time. And I was walking around my parents' neighborhood, and I just kept saying the Serenity Prayer over and over to myself. You know, because I'd never heard the prayer before. I thought it was beautiful, and it kind of like woke something up in my spirit that had been dead for a while. But I didn't, I didn't know what I didn't know. I was misinformed by the misinformed, and like my conception of a higher power at that point was kind of like Santa Claus, you know. So like I just thought I could like say that prayer a few times, and this like gut-wrenching anxiety and like throat-clenching fear would go away. But I was experiencing post-acute withdrawal syndrome, and like that mimics a lot of different things, and I knew nothing about any of that. All I knew was like I was in pain and I needed it to stop. So like after saying that prayer a couple times, it didn't work, so I called that kid from Quincy and I picked up heroin for the first time at the tender age of 30. And that would open up some doors for me over the next 8 years that would become almost impossible to close. You know, I'd go to 40 more detoxes and 10 different treatment centers in 6 different states and be homeless on the East Coast and the West Coast, and you know, diseases and infections and overdoses and you know, run-ins with the police, like all the stuff that comes along with being an active addict. And I wrote this song when I was in one of those many detoxes, you know, because like it was my way of venting, it was my way of journaling. So it kind of speaks to the helplessness of my state of mind. Yeah.
Everybody's got problems and I'm hurting as well. When every day I'm living life inside a personal hell. My fam is begging on the regular for me to get help.
Following steps should be so easy, right? Cause there's only 12.
I'm only hurting myself, I swear I quit it tomorrow. Man, if you knew how I felt, you're trying to drown in the sorrow. But excuses for addiction are a constant contradiction of the fact that this affliction's badly causing the attrition of my life. And in addition, I'm not willing, I'm just wishing wake up feeling great and find that everything is different.
Which is fine if you don't mind that all reality is missing.
Become the dictionary definition of the word fiction. People say I'm gifted and I'm going astray. Fucking sad, I agree with every word that they say. Stuck at a toll and I'm forced to give the devil his pay. Clutching my soul, hoping that he don't take it away.
Intoxicated, intoxicated, intoxicated. Locked down, locked down, locked down. Speaking with conviction, speaking with conviction. Won't let me go, won't let me go, won't let me go.
Hear my thoughts are so crazy, lost in the daisy, still in detox and the clock's getting hazy, still in Reeboks and my card isn't pain free. Doors are all locked, I can walk but mistakes lead me back. Coke, rock, booze and smack. I smoke dope just to cope with a panic attack. Still in soap, all my friends getting hammered. In fact, all my folks is steady praying that I'll never relapse. I won't ever be back. I say it every time. In every lyric I say I'm going out of my mind. Still I find myself messing with the devil again. I am third on the corner with a devilish grin. I have heard people saying that they never can stop till they're laying in a dumpster on the end of the block. I heard a paradigm was thinking outside of the box, but it's a change in your behavior when you're feeling so lost.
They won't let me go, they won't let me go, they won't let me go, they won't let me go.
That song's called Mercy.